Yo, what up, YouTube? Smacking at y'all with my first episode of Real Talk, and I was watching something on TV, and it made me want to talk to y'all about it because it might be a lot of y'all going through it. Different situations, it might not be the same situation, but I think it can all correlate with each other. But what I want to talk about is I was watching the show, and this dude was talking about how he's an atheist and he can't tell anybody because he lives in the area where there are a lot of right wing, you know, people, and if he comes out with it, he said it would be over. He wouldn't be able to, live there anymore. And I find that sad that people can't be themselves. Um, it's really a shame that people care if somebody is black, somebody is white, Hispanic, Asian. Um, some people even don't like women. I'm not talking about gay people. I'm talking about sexist people. They might be attracted to women, but they think that women are a lesser being than a man. Um, we have a lot of petty differences that people can't accept, and I've never been a person to worry about what color someone is, what sexual orientation they are, what religion they are. I'm atheist. I don't believe there's a God. And I don't care if somebody is Christian or Muslim or whatever. As long as you don't try to shove what you believe down my throat, we don't have a problem. If you do that, then we'll have a big problem. I have friends that are Christians. It's a pastor. I don't like pastors at all, not most of them, because a lot of them are crooks. Vast majority of them are crooks, like Creflo Dollar and TD Jakes and all those televangelicals, whatever you call them, televangelicals. I think that's what they call them. But all of them are crooks. They run CEOs, they run corporations, and they don't get taxed simply because they have, church in front of the name of the corporation that they're running. And I don't think that's fair. And that's just one of the problems of this country. But I've never been a person that judged anyone based on anything other than how good a person they are. I'm a man. I like women. And I know that. So what you like doesn't bother me. I don't care if you're a woman and you might happen to like women. I don't care if you're a man and you might happen to like men. What I care about is, are you a good person? I know people personally in real life right now that are living in just straight up pain and depressed because they feel like that if they come out to their parents or their grandparents or their aunts or uncles, that everybody would disown them simply because of their sexual orientation. And I'm like, that's ridiculous. How can you not love your child simply because he or she may be gay? I don't understand that kind of stuff. I never had. It makes no logical sense to me, and I've always been tried to be a person of logic. So, and it's just sad that people have to live like that, and it's really depressing, and it's kind of, it's holding humanity back as a whole. We can't even come to grips to get along with each other simply because somebody may be white or somebody may be black or somebody may be Asian. It's so much racism still going on in this country. People try to say that racism has slacked in this country, it's down a peg or whatnot. It is for people my age and younger, maybe a little older, but we ain't running this country. We are not. People my age are not running this country. That's the reason Obama won, because people my age and younger actually went and voted because they didn't care that Obama was black. But those same people my age didn't go out and vote in the for Congress, for the representatives, and what we got to continue to vote so he can get some of his stuff passed that makes sense. He got a little bit passed, but he has to have help. He's president, he's not king, and that's what people fail to realize. When you president, you still have to go through the proper chains to get stuff passed, to get stuff done. And it's not like a kingdom. It's not a fiefdom. A king can pass a law because he's king. You can't do that in this country. It still has to go through the House of Representatives and still has to go through the Senate. And when the Senate is majority Republican and in the House is majority Republican, what can you do? There's nothing you can do because everything you get will get blocked. So, but getting back to my point, racism is still horrible in this country. I mean, still horrible. Not bad. It's getting better, but it's still horrible because the people that run the country are still very, very, very bigoted, and they are majority white, and they don't consider black people, Hispanic people equals. I mean, when you get President Bush that were getting bills passed to try to keep the Hispanic people out of this country by any means necessary and whatnot, you know, it's all kind of different stuff. But getting back to what I was saying, man, it's a shame that people have to live like that. They feel like people will just disown them because of how they are, how they were born, you know, and none of that stuff has ever mattered to me. My sister, my oldest sister, the oldest child, she's lesbian. She doesn't like men, and I love her to death, just like I loved her before I found out. My cousin, she's lesbian. You know, I have a friend that's gay. I also have a friend that's confused. Not really confused, he's just troubled and depressed. Don't know how to come out with it. Can't feel like he can't come out with it. But everybody knows. But you know, he just won't admit it to nobody. And it'll make everything better if he just did. But on him. Not on everybody else, but on him, it'll make him feel a lot better. Then he'll find out who his true friends are. You know, because that kind of stuff don't matter. And getting back to what I was saying, you know, it's holding humanity back. Humanity's on the brink. We're on the brink of destruction. I mean, we can't even get along about petty stuff like religious beliefs and race and sexuality. How the hell are we gonna go to, you know, explore the different stars? I mean, it's kind of good that an alien race hasn't figured out star travel and found us. Maybe they have figured out star travel, but we may be so far away that they can't get here. And it's good because one is good because if they're not peacefaring, then we dead. Because there are no laptops with a virus that are going to beat an alien race. Don't believe Hollywood. Jeff Goldblum cannot upload a rudimentary American virus to a spacefaring species of aliens and shut down their whole defenses. It was cool when I was a kid, but when I got older, that became completely absurd. But you know, if they're not peacefaring, then we're in trouble. Secondly, is the reason that it's good they're not here is because if we can't get along with each other and we can't accept each other for being black, white, gay, straight, religious, non-religious, man, woman, etc., how the hell are we gonna get along with an alien species, a different entire sentient species, if we can't even coexist with each other? So, you know, it's just stuff like that that makes me how I am. That's why I don't talk to many people. That's why I don't talk on the phone. When I go out by myself. I'm kind of a loner. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, you know, to be a loner. It's actually quite good because you don't have to deal with other people's mess. You're only paying for one. It would be nice, you know, to have another a lady friend to share everything with, but I gotta find a woman with some sense, man. I can't find a woman that don't have good common sense. So until I do that, I'm fine. I'm fine being by myself. You know, I have my fun doing all kind of other stuff, and I get my needs attended to however I need to get my needs attended to. But just being with in a relationship with somebody that I'm not happy with, or somebody that I feel like I'm in a relationship with because I need to be in one, that's not my style. It's never been my style. You know, I don't let anything run my life besides me. And so yeah, but getting back to the topic of this real talk is you know, we got to get past all this other stuff. We got to get past, you know, racism. We got to get past, you know, people being in difference in sexes and all that kind of stuff. We got to get past all this petty shit, and then humanity will actually start looking forward. You know, we'll start moving forward as a whole. And it's not necessarily that bad of a thing to be by yourself and you know, keep to yourself. But I wish I could talk to that dude that was on that documentary. You know, he was going through pain and struggle, and you know, it's kind of, it depends on your mentality. I'm a strong-willed person. I'm a strong mentally person. I've never really been concerned about what anybody said about me. I've even had my, like I think I said on the commentary before, I've had my mom and my dad to tell me that they wish that they could they had some of the mental toughness that I've had. You know, but that's just me. I was born like that. You know, I never really cared about what anybody thought about me. I knew what I can do, and if they wasn't helping me in any kind of way, then I can care less about what anybody, said or felt about me. But it's not really that bad of a thing to be by yourself. As Nietzsche said, the individual has always had to struggle from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you tried, you would be lonely often and sometimes frightened, but no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning oneself. But basically what that means is, it's hard when you out there, you being yourself, when you being an individual, and you probably gonna be alone in it. But it's no better clarity, no better feeling than being comfortable with yourself. And I'm comfortable with myself, and I wish more people would be comfortable with themselves, and I wish more people would be open-minded and not so petty as to judge people by what, who they like besides what they do. I don't care about what you like. I don't care what color you are. You should be judged by the content of your character, like Martin Luther King said it best. And when we get to that day, his dream would truly come true. It's not here. It's not even close to being here. But we progressing forward. Maybe in the next 2 or 3,000 years we actually get here, if it don't end in 2012. But anyway, man, I want to hit y'all with this little real talk. Talk to y'all for a few minutes about if you're in school, you picking on somebody because they different. Like, I know a lot of y'all in high school or whatnot. If you're in school, you might be that kid that's picking on somebody because they different. You never know what kind of torment or pain you causing that kid. So, think about that kind of stuff. And if you see it going on, try to talk to whoever's doing it and let them know that you shouldn't be doing that kind of stuff, because you ruin people's lives. People commit suicide. People get depressed. You ruin kids' lives by doing that kind of stuff. So, you got to think about that kind of stuff, man. And, just don't do it. It's not cool. It's not funny. You might think it's cool now. You 15, 16 years old. But when you get my age, when you get to 26, 27, 28, get close to 30, you'll see that you were basically an asshole. I'm glad I was never like that, but I know a lot of people that were like that. They probably aren't like that now, but, the damage is already done. So, we need to be less judgmental. We need to start, judging people for the right reasons and not the wrong reason. I don't care if a man likes a man. I don't care if a woman likes a woman. What I care is is that man that likes a man, is he a good person? Is that woman that likes a woman, are they a good person? So yeah. Caring about what somebody else likes is nonsense and illogical. If you like women like I do, I love vagina. Love it. And you know that, and you comfortable with it, then whatever somebody else likes shouldn't even matter. And to completely disown your child because they might be a little different than what society deems right is just absurd to me. And but a lot of people do it, And I'm in the medical profession now that I know that people are actually born homosexual. They're not made into homosexuals. They're actually born that way. We talked about it in some of my biology classes, some of my genetic, in a genetic class. You read up on genetics and whatnot, you'll see that they've been discovering different things that causes people to be homosexual and whatnot. It's interesting stuff. But anyway, man, I rambled on long enough. And I just wanted to do this little real talk episode with y'all because I watched this on TV and I felt like sharing it with y'all because I just feel like some of y'all needed to hear that. Just being who you are is okay. It's not a bad thing. Being who you are is actually a good thing. Just stay who you are. Don't ever change. But anyway, man, I'll get at y'all on the next one. Peace. I'm out.
That guy up top? He is. That guy is still up top. Kill him?
About to try to kill somebody with a fucking care package.
We have the enemy flag. Our flag has been dropped. Friendly care package inbound.
Hello?
Friendly spy plane inbound.
Sos?
Dogs in this bitch.
Every me. Oso? Hola?
trying to chase him, but got a hacker on this class. They do have tax and respawn. Those little
Get stuck.
Yo, look where I got this sentry gun
Counter-spy
pointing
plane out
at.
their blind. Time's almost up.
that laugh is priceless, dude.
They dropped our flag. Our flag's back.
That was
71's in the
good.
air.
Ah!
Drop the flag. They returned their flag.
Damn.
Enemy flag dropped. SR-71 ready for deployment. They returned their
It's all
flag.
good. As long as you got one, right?
That's how it's done. Nice job, team.
Wait.